Hi, fourth graders. Happy Monday. I hope you had a great weekend. We are starting a new unit today, our last unit for social studies, and that is all about immigration. So today's lesson is what is immigration? So some important vocab you're going to need. An immigrant is someone who comes to live permanently in a new country. They're not just visiting, they're going to live there for good. Immigration is the process of moving to a new country. So an immigrant is the person, immigration is the process. A push factor is something that makes people want to leave their home country. So pushing them out of their home country. And then a pull factor is something that pulls them to a new country. So what is immigration? It happens all around the world. It's very popular for United States. A lot of people came to the United States, what we're going to talk about in this lesson, but it's not just America. People immigrate all over the world. So for example, if a family was to leave Canada to go live in England, that's an example of immigration. And people have been immigrating to America for hundreds of years. This started in the 1880s, and it did go further, but from the 1920s, that was the big boom of immigration. Tons of people from Europe were coming to America for a variety of reasons. So these are some of those factors that pushed people out of their home country. So first, in the 1900s, there was a lot of unfair treatment because of religion. A lot of governments pushed one type of religion on the people that lived there, and if they didn't believe in that, they weren't allowed to practice what they believed in. Secondly, a lot of people were out of work, especially farmers, so they wanted to get a job somewhere else because their home country didn't have enough jobs for them to make a living. Third, their living conditions were not great. They were very crowded, lots of people in one area, and there were also some countries that were experiencing disease or war that made it not safe for them to live there. So this is just an example of some of those crowded European villages during this time. Now, some of the pull factors, so these are some of the reasons why people wanted to go to America specifically. So these were the factors that were pulling these immigrants to the United States. And the first one was that there was a lot of cheap farmland because America was a relatively new country. They have a lot of land and they were giving it away relatively cheap to try and fill it up and get more businesses in our country. Secondly, people were paid more in the United States than they were in countries in Europe. And there were also more jobs available. So our economy was beginning to boom. There's more and more businesses and factories opening, and they need people to work. Third, we have freedom of religion in America, which means that anyone can practice any religion they choose to. And overall, they wanted a better life. So people came to America for an overall better life, and specifically those three reasons. All right, so here's your questions for today. Number one, a blank is someone who comes to live in a new country. Number two, people only immigrated to America. Nowhere else, just America. True or false? Number three, what continent did many immigrants come to America during 1880 to 1920? So which continent were people coming to America from? Number 4 and 5, I want you to give me one example of a push factor and then one example of a pull factor. Please remember to use those slides. Everything is there. Join one of our Zooms. Somebody is available all day long, and we are here to help you. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye, Adams.